Your childhood ended, but your wounds didn't. Asterisk, why your childhood still controls your adult life. Asterisk, you felt rejected even when no one rejected you. Or you overthink every message you send, maybe you avoid conflict even when you're right. If these things sound familiar, I want you to know something important. You're not too sensitive. You're not dramatic. You're not broken. You're simply carrying wounds from a time in your life when you didn't have the tools to understand what was happening today. I want to help you understand why those childhood wounds still affect you, even as an adult, and what you can do about it. Asterisk, most people believe childhood pain fades as you grow older. But that's not how the human brain works. Children don't store emotional pain as a memory. They store it as a pattern. If someone shouted at you constantly, if you felt ignored, if you felt unloved, unseen, or unimportant, your young brain didn't analyze it. It absorbed it. And even today, as an adult, your body reacts to similar situations, not with logic, but with the old survival response you learned as a child. This is why you sometimes feel hurt for no reason. The reason exists. It just started many years before you were aware of it. Asterisk, one of the most surprising psychological facts is this. You can forget the event, but your nervous system remembers the emotion. Maybe you don't remember who neglected you, or what incident made you feel small, but your body still feels the echoes of that moment. This is why you overreact sometimes. Not because you're weak, but because your body is protecting you. Using an old map, a map drawn by a child who was just trying to survive. Asterisk, let me ask you something. Have you noticed you keep attracting similar people? Emotionally unavailable? Partners, friends who take but don't give. Situations where you feel unimportant. This happens because the brain doesn't choose what's healthy. It chooses what's familiar. If neglect was familiar, love feels confusing. If chaos was familiar, peace feels uncomfortable. If criticism was familiar, kindness feels suspicious. So you repeat old patterns, not because you want to, but because your brain is trying to recreate what it understands. Painful familiarity feels safer than unfamiliar healing. Asterisk, every adult carries two voices. The voice they speak with, and the voice they speak to themselves, and that second voice. It's rarely your own. If you grew up around criticism, your inner critic today may sound like the people who raised you. If you grew up around pressure, your inner voice may be harsh, demanding, and never satisfied. If you grew up without emotional support, your inner voice may say, I'm not enough. People will leave. No one really cares. This voice is not your truth. It's your conditioning. You are not hearing your adult self. You're hearing the wounded child who was never heard. Asterisks, here are the signs. That means you still carry childhood wounds. Asterisks, you apologize too quickly. You fear upsetting people. You attach emotionally too fast. You avoid conflict. You struggle to trust. You feel empty, even in relationships. You overthink small situations. You feel responsible for everyone's emotions. These behaviors are not personality traits. They are coping mechanisms you learned when you were young. Asterisk, how healing actually begins. Healing childhood wounds doesn't mean deleting your past. It means finally understanding it with compassion, not shame. For so long, you survived by ignoring your pain. But healing begins the moment you stop asking, why am I like this? And start asking, what happened to me that made me feel this way? Here's what psychologists say about where real healing starts. 1. Recognize your triggers, not judge them. Every time you overreact, shut down, or feel suddenly anxious, your inner child is trying to tell you something. Instead of saying, why am I so dramatic? Ask, Is this reaction really about now or about then? This simple shift opens the door to understanding yourself instead of blaming yourself. 2. Reparent. Your inner child. This is not a spiritual idea, it's psychological. Reparenting means giving yourself the things you never received. Gentler words, patience, safety, validation, permission to feel. Talk to yourself the way a loving parent would. I hear you. It's okay to feel this. You're doing your best. Every time you do this, the child within you, the one who felt alone, starts to feel protected. 3. Set boundaries without feeling guilty. Boundaries are not a punishment. They are a form of self-respect. As a child, you might have learned, if I say no, people will get angry. If I ask for space, I'll be rejected. If I speak up, I'll be ignored. So you grew up becoming the person who keeps giving and giving. But healing begins when you rewrite that old script with a new one. My needs matter too. My peace deserves protection. No is a complete sentence. 4. Allow yourself to feel what you were forced to hide. Children don't have emotional language. When they feel hurt, they go silent. When they feel scared, they pretend they're fine. When they feel alone, they learn to suppress it. As an adult, these unexpressed emotions become anxiety, tension, emotional numbness, fear of vulnerability. Difficulty trusting healing begins when you allow yourself to feel without guilt or shame. What you suppress becomes pain. What you acknowledge becomes healing. 5. Seek safe, healthy connections. Humans heal in relationships, not in isolation. Your childhood may have taught you that love is inconsistent, conditional, unpredictable. Hurtful but safe connection teaches the opposite. You matter. Your emotions make sense. You don't have to hide here. Healing happens fastest when someone truly sees you. Not the mask, not the perfection, not the coping, but the real you. Asterisk, if you're still carrying childhood wounds, let me tell you something you may have never heard. You are allowed to outgrow. The version of you that learned how to survive. You don't have to stay trapped in old fears. You don't have to keep repeating the same emotional patterns. You don't have to be defined by the things you never received. Your childhood shaped you, yes, but it does not have to control your future. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It happens in small, quiet moments. When you choose kindness over self-criticism. When you walk away from what hurts you. When you finally let yourself rest. When you let someone love you in a healthy way. When you tell yourself, I deserve better. And above all, healing begins the moment you decide that your past has taken enough from you, and you choose to take your power back. You survived your childhood. Now you deserve to live your adulthood fully, gently, and freely.